Hi, my name is Daddy Odin, and let us do AD2L content week 4. We will be going over the last series that has happened, which we couldn't cover in the week 3 content, which is Go 5 versus PZR. We're gonna update our ranking and we're gonna do the predictions. First game between Go 5 versus PZR. Go 5 dominated them, they went 35-16. Their draft was clean. Scotty just went crazy, he went 8-0. With his co-op, just creating space, and they just took over the whole game. Game 2, a similar thing. Scotty played Shadow Demon. Shadow Fiend. He went 17, 8, and 28, and they also had Luna who went 26. This looks like this also went to be a 1 hour 20-minute game. Quite a late game, but they had late game insurance. Even though Petting Zoo Rejects had Spectre. Spectre just got overwhelmed, and Go 5 were able to pull off a 2-0 victory in the series. Next, let's do the week 4 predictions. Then we'll update the ranking of where Go 5 and PZR fall. Week 4, we have Petting Zoo Rejects versus Petting Zoo Rejects Feeder Team. No offense, Petting Zoo Rejects, but I think Petting Zoo Rejects Feeder Team is a better team, and I think Jamie is really good at moving around, and I believe he can bring a win for Petting Zoo Rejects Feeder Team. Next up, we have Savage Sabers versus D&D. If Savage Sabers don't do any kind of mistakes during their mid game and can keep the tempo that they have early on, they should have a moderately easy time dealing with D&D. But this series can go 1-1 given the fact that both teams have a similar playstyle and similar mentality when they're playing these games. Next up, we have Pot of Greed versus Grin Reavers, a game that most people would like to watch, or a game that most people anticipate what the result is. This is a game between rank 1 and rank 2, so I still believe Pot of Greed is really good, and they might be able to get the series 2-0. This is also a series that might go 1-1 if Pot of Greed makes any mistakes and Grin Reaver cashes on these certain mistakes. Next up, we have FOTP versus 2 Boots. I think it's going to be 1-1, but if FOTP's mid player is not back, this game might go into 0-2 in favor of 2 Boots. Next up, we have Waste Youth versus TBD. I think TBD has been playing really well. They took a game off WSS, and I think they have the potential and the capacity to take 2 games off Wasted Youth. Next up, we have AD2L, All My Homies Love Crack, versus Routers of Rohan. I think both the teams are evenly skilled. The last time they went against each other, I think it was also 1-1, and I think now also it'll be 1-1. Next up, we have ROT versus WSS Kobolds. I think this might go 1-1. But WSS might be taking a 2-0 series. ROT has been doing quite well this season, and I think they have a really good chance of taking a game off WSS or even 2-0ing them. Lastly, we have Go 5 versus TG. I think Go 5 is going to take a 2 game. I think Tilted Gaming is still trying to find their foothold in AD2L Continuous League. Coming back, they might have new players there, and they're just trying to find the rhythm to the new meta and new patch. So Go 5 should not have much of a problem dealing with them, especially with how Scotty has been performing lately in all his games. I think he might be able to one-handedly win the game against Tilted Gaming. Next up, we have the ranking list. Nothing too special. We already went over where each team lies in the week 3 content. If you all haven't already watched it, it is an AD2L content, and when you're in AD2L content, please make sure that you go to Dr. Geo's post and you click on the links for Archon, Contender, Intermediate, and Divine. If you know any of those teams, or your organization's team play there, or your friend plays there, just go there, and if you feel like your friend is doing well or his team is doing well, please vote so that your voice can be heard, and the ratings or ranking of each team in that division is done based on the opinion of the people. In the ranking, I kept Go 5 and rank 6. Mainly, I think their drafting is a bit weird. It's a bit unorthodox. I think that's the only reason they might be dropping some of these games. But if they are able to fix that, I think they're really strong. Scotty, I think, is one of the really good, or one of the best mid laners in contender division. I think he might be even better than the mid laner of Potagri. I kept PZR, Petting Zoo Rejects, in rank 7. I think they're currently in the same performance as FOTP, which is kind of surprising to me given the fact that they were really good last season. Maybe something happened to their team. I have not done a deep dive on it. I actually lost internet. But I think Petting Zoo Rejects, the star player, is definitely Slave Donut. He can farm. He knows how to gel into the tempo of his team, and if their team is ahead, he knows how to itemize to benefit the team being ahead. Or if their team is the back, he knows how to make the best item choices to be efficient and getting those items early on, or changing the itemization so he can match up to anyone late game if they do go late game. That's all for week 4 predictions with ranking of week 3. I hope you guys found this informative. My name is Daddy Odin, and peace out.